The NFL is a tapestry woven with legendary rivalries. Among them, the Miami Dolphins and Green Bay Packers have crafted their own unique chapter. One team, a Sunshine State powerhouse. The other, a legendary franchise from the frozen north. The Dolphins, established in 1966, quickly made their mark. Their perfect season in 1972 remains an unparalleled feat. The Packers, on the other hand, boast a legacy stretching back to the NFL's early days. Vince Lombardi's Packers of the 1960s are etched in football lore. These two teams, separated by geography and history, have met only a handful of times. Yet their encounters are always captivating. From the bright lights of Miami to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, the Dolphins and Packers always deliver a show. Their rivalry might not be the most storied, but in the annals of the NFL it holds a special place. It's a clash of styles, a meeting of legacies. And as we delve into their shared history, we'll discover the moments that have shaped this intriguing rivalry. The year was 1971. The Miami Dolphins were a team on the rise, led by a young quarterback named Bob Grease. They were ready to challenge the NFL's elite. The Green Bay Packers, on the other hand, were in a state of transition. The glory days of Lombardi were fading. A new era was dawning. Their first encounter took place at the Orange Bowl in Miami. The atmosphere was electric. The Dolphins, playing at home, were eager to prove themselves. The Packers, despite their struggles, carried an aura of intimidation. The game itself was a back-and-forth affair. Both teams traded blows. The lead changed hands several times. In the end, the Packers emerged victorious. They pulled away in the fourth quarter to secure a hard-fought win. This first encounter set the stage for the rivalry. It was a game that showcased the strengths of both teams. The Dolphins' high-powered offense was on full display. The Packers' resilience and championship pedigree shone through. While the Packers claimed victory, the Dolphins left their mark. They proved that they could compete with the best. This game, though just a blip on the radar of their storied franchises, marked the beginning of a captivating rivalry. 2 years before their first regular season meeting, the Dolphins and Packers met on the biggest stage of all Super Bowl II. This wasn't just a game, it was a symbol of the changing landscape of professional football. The AFL, after years of battling for legitimacy, was on the verge of merging with the NFL. The Packers, led by the legendary Vince Lombardi, represented the established guard. The Dolphins, young and ambitious, were the upstarts from the rival league. The game itself was a testament to Lombardi's coaching genius. The Packers, despite facing a determined Dolphins squad, dominated from start to finish. Bart Starr, the Packers' iconic quarterback, carved up the Dolphins' defense. He threw for 2 touchdowns and cemented his place in Super Bowl lore. For the Dolphins, this loss was a bitter pill to swallow. Yet, it served as a valuable learning experience. They had tasted the ultimate stage and vowed to return. The Packers, with their victory, solidified their dynasty. They had conquered the AFL's best and affirmed their place at the pinnacle of the sport. Super Bowl II remains a significant chapter in the Dolphins-Packers saga. It was a game that transcended the sport itself. It was a symbol of change, ambition, and the enduring pursuit of gridiron glory. Fast forward to 2024. The Dolphins and Packers met again, this time on Thanksgiving night. The venue was iconic Lambeau Field. The Packers, led by quarterback Jordan Love, were looking to solidify their playoff standing. The Dolphins, with Tua Tagovailoa under center, were fighting for their playoff lives. The game was a tale of two halves. The Packers, fueled by their home crowd and a stingy defense, dominated the first 2 quarters. They went into halftime with a commanding lead. The Dolphins, however, refused to quit. Tagovailoa came alive in the second half, leading them back into contention. But it was too little, too late. The Packers held on to win by a score of 30-17. The 2024 Thanksgiving game was another chapter in this evolving rivalry. It showcased the resilience of both teams. The Packers proved their mettle as a perennial contender. The Dolphins, though defeated, demonstrated their potential. Now let's take a closer look at the historical records between the Dolphins and the Packers. The rivalry, if we can call it that, has seen some memorable moments. Over the years, these two teams have faced each other numerous times, each game adding a new chapter to their shared history. From nail-biting finishes to unexpected upsets, the Dolphins and Packers have given their fans plenty to talk about. Their encounters are not just about the scores, but about the stories that unfold on the field. It's a saga of strategy, skill, and sometimes sheer luck. By diving into these past games, we can uncover patterns and perhaps even predict how future matchups might play out. So, stay with us as we unravel the rich tapestry of this unique football relationship. The weather has always played a significant role in the Dolphins versus Packers rivalry. From the sweltering heat of Miami to the frigid cold of Green Bay, each team has faced unique challenges. The Dolphins, accustomed to the warm climate, often struggle in the freezing temperatures of Lambeau Field. Conversely, the Packers find the Miami heat equally daunting. These extremes have added an extra layer of complexity to their matchups, making each game an unpredictable battle against not just the opponent but also the elements. The fan bases. On one side we have the passionate and resilient Packers fans known for their unwavering support come rain or shine. They pack Lambeau Field, creating an electric atmosphere that is both intimidating and inspiring. On the other side, the Dolphins have their own dedicated following, loyal and fervent, bringing the heat and energy of Miami to every game. These two fan bases, though different in many ways, share a common love for their teams, and their enthusiasm fuels the rivalry, making each encounter a memorable event. Over the years, many players have left their mark on the Dolphins versus Packers rivalry. From the legendary Dan Marino, who dazzled with his incredible passing skills, to Brett Favre, whose gunslinger mentality and tenacity defined an era. More recently, Aaron Rodgers has continued the tradition with his precision and poise under pressure, while the Dolphins have seen standout performances from the likes of Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas. These players, with their remarkable talents and unforgettable moments, have etched their names into the history of this storied rivalry. And so, the story of the Dolphins and Packers continues. Each game adds a new chapter to their rich history, filled with thrilling moments, dramatic victories, and heartbreaking losses. As both teams evolve and new players emerge, the rivalry remains as fierce as ever. Whether it's on the sun-soaked fields of Miami or the frozen tundra of Green Bay, the Dolphins versus Packers matchup is always a spectacle to behold. The legacy lives on, and fans on both sides eagerly await the next clash, knowing that anything can happen when these two teams meet.